In the first ray of the early morning, countless vampires scorched by the sun. An Irish man with a smoking body, knocking on a couple's door. He said he was Indian. The police took the yellow skin and begged them to let them hide in the house. This couple hates Indians and they're hungry for gold. They agreed to let him stay and help drive away the Indians who were chasing. He's not as harmless as he looks. God, I hope you don't let him in. The wife breathed a sigh of relief after seeing them off. I didn't know that the man it's actually a vampire. She called her husband Bert forever, but he didn't answer. Go to the bedroom to check. An Irish man with a mouth full of blood. Bert was lying on the floor trying to get up. He was also turned into a vampire. The woman let out a scream of horror. This Irish vampire is called Remix. Is a wandering musician. Both of my parents also love music, so the three of them formed a group. Wandering. On an evening, they were attracted by a wonderful melody and advanced. Go to a black bar. There are many legends about people who were born, had a natural talent, capable of creating the ultimate music. It can summon souls from the past and the future. In ancient Ireland, they were called Fili. In the Choctaw tribe, they're called firekeepers. In West Africa, they're called griots. This power can heal people, but at the same time, it will also attract evil forces like ghosts. Vampire story takes place in 1900 BA2. Although slavery was abolished in 1865. But the apartheid regime still exists. In the southern United States, the plains, Mississippi is a place with a high density of cotton, the most special in America. It's a special geographic cultural center for Native Americans, where it's also the birthplace of all the blues. A pair of black brothers who had just returned home. The guy in the red hat is called Stack. The guy in the green hat is called Smoke. They're called the Smokestack Twins. They're the owners of that music bar. A few days ago, two people bought a wooden horn, abandoned from a white man. The seller doesn't just ask enough, which attitude isn't very good either. Cousin pulled out his sidearm. Ross spoke up. We have money and bullets. You don't have to say a lot of useless words. In addition, the two of you also specifically asked the seller after the payment is completed. He told the Clan brothers, "Don't you fucking set foot in here!" Half-Step Clan organization full name is KU Crust Clan. This is a group of white supremacists, the most famous in American history. The cousins plan to renovate the lumber mill. It became a blues bar, serving black people. They're going to invite their cousin Sammy to the bar as a CA artist. Sammy's life is simple. Daytime picking cotton with Mother Cho plantation. Sometimes I go to church with my dad. He was also a priest there. But what you really love is playing the guitar and singing. However, the priest always objected to his son playing music. You think there are only drunk people? I heard you play guitar. Moore said. Locals believe the voice is too great. It may attract the devil. But Sammy doesn't care about these rumors. You jump straight into your cousin's car. You admire the two of you who've been to Chicago. I've heard that black people can be free. Get in and out anywhere. Smoke told his cousin it was all a lie. Chicago is just another Mississippi. It's just going from plantations to tall buildings. That's why they chose to return home. We have to deal with the horse-faced buffalo heads anyway. It is better to find a familiar place. So the bar can open tonight. The Smokestack brothers decide to act individually. Smoke driving a truck to town and met a little girl on the side of the road. Asked the truck boss for help. Tell her to honk the horn as soon as someone comes. Smoke paid her 20 cents a minute. She had fun sitting in the car. Then Smoke walks into a store, opened by the Asian boss. I just ordered 100 fish. Boss Buffalo, I was wondering if you won the jackpot in Chicago. I heard the car whistle outside. Smoke immediately pulled out the gun and shot the thief's ass. The thief was an old acquaintance named Terry. The babysitter said he knew it was your car, but still want to steal. Terry hurriedly laughed for peace. I thought this kid was cheating on me. You two, not working for a Capone in Chicago. Sao Acapulco is a famous gangster boss in the U.S. Chicago Mafia leader from 1900-25 to 1900 BA. This also explains the origin of the initial capital of these brothers. Smoke doesn't say much. One more shot at Terry's accomplice. Because they have to show their cruelty. Let everyone know, Smokestack twins are not easy to bully. Their business avoided a lot of trouble. However, Smoke will not treat you badly. Turn around and give Cho some money. I asked you to find a cure for Terry. In addition, Smog also hired Chow's wife, Grace. Help make a sign for my BA. He also bought some flowers from the store to visit. My son died early, an ex-lover, Ani. Answer: living by selling herbs for magic rituals. 4. It's a kind of folk magic, trusted by the African-American community. She didn't like the dirty money Smoke made in Chicago, and I don't want to accept your help. But you still love each other deeply. As for Smoke, I don't believe in anything mystical. I only believe in money and power. I want to ask Annie to sing for me. The scene moves to the stack. Sammy has a question that she's held in her heart for a long time. I finally got a chance to ask my cousin. You want to know if the brothers actually killed their biological father? When I saw Sammy growing up, I told him, that year I knocked you out. When you wake up, Spock's got him in half. Although the story sounds horrible. But from then on, new stack escape family warranty scene. You two just talked, just laughed saying go to GA Train to find a street artist called Delta Slim. He plays the blues very well. So Stack wanted to invite you to the bar to perform. You can earn $20 a night. Delta Slim refused to say, I have to go to the Messenger pub tonight. Even though they didn't make $20 there, but stable income. 10 years has been the same. Who knows the bar of twins? How long can it last? Delta Slim wouldn't risk going there. Stack knows whether to convince the enemy, but I was prepared. Delta Slim is a longtime alcoholic. Back Stack, bring beer. The island is transported directly from the north. Chicago, Dr. Slim, whole life, corn, wine, egg. Make SAO can resist the smell of malt. Delta Slim does not resist the temptation of beer. Immediately agree. Right now, Stack. I noticed there was a woman. White people are staring at me. More is getting closer. Except for a woman named Mary. I had a love affair with Stack. You've been stacked before. Mary grew up in the black community. My mother always took care of the two brothers, so Mary resented the Stack's carelessness. After evicting ex-lover, Stack led Delta Slim to leave. On the road, they met a group of prisoners who were working hard. There's also a Stack greeting. Delta Slim cannot hold. He told the story of him and his brother Rice, two people who used to make a living in the Mississippi Delta. He was arrested for vagrancy. The white police found out. They're good at playing and singing. Ben and Rice. It's taken to a white man's mansion. To perform, they earn a boatload of money. Pretty big from this job. Friend Rice, to take the money to open a small church in town. I didn't expect it. Let the train man know he has money. They called the clans to arrest him and 6. Then they slandered Rice. He kills white people and steals money and rapes people's wives. The money on Rice was stolen. He cut Peter and hanged himself at the GA train. The two people in the car sat quietly. In my heart, there is only unspoken sadness. Not long after, Stack stop at the plantation and call someone. The name is Combat. This name is also very special. Cornbread means cornbread. This is the famous dish of African-American slaves. It's also the core of food culture. Southern United States. I like to find White. I want to ask him to protect you. Everything is ready. The two of you finally managed to open the door, and the night was expected. Their bar attracts a large number of black people. There is no entertainment. But black people don't look like white people. Everybody doesn't have a lot of money. There are even people who use pieces of wood to pay. Because during the Great Depression, some local governments and businesses issued a wooden coin, 5-cent denomination as replacement money. They don't have monetary value in themselves. Smoke is not satisfied. They're opening a shop, not a charity. Stack and Annie. Let's say this is not Chicago. those rotten pieces of wood. It's also because people are hard at work. These people work in the field all day because they come to spend money. We have to let everyone enjoy it. If you want your business to thrive in the future, you must make them feel this place opened because of them. In the sparsely black crowd, Mary was the only white person. Her grandfather was a black and white man. Your mother just died. It's the surrogate for the smokestack twins. Now the two of you have the money to buy a big lumber mill. But even a flower, I didn't send it to her funeral. Mary really couldn't help but feel this anger. But you didn't know the stack had its own suffering. If white people knew Mary, still back and forth with them. They're going to kill Mary. So the new stack heartily broke up her. Then find Cho Mary a rich white husband. I bought you a farm. Who knows Mary is also a lover, waiting for the stack to come back. Dada Slim has just finished a song. It was Sammy's turn to perform. As mentioned above, there are people who are born with natural talent, and that's Sammy. Your voice can go through the wall, the gap between life and death, connecting the past and the future. So look closely at this concert. You'll see black music culture in the past. It's like seeing the rock and rap of the future. There are even oriental elements like drama, soul. The music of the past life and this life converge in one place. Push the party to the top. But don't forget that Sammy's music, although it can heal people, but it's sure to attract evil. When Brad discovered the remix, and other white people are coming closer, he immediately raised his guard. Tell them to call the twins. Those of you who have seen Macaron movies must know, Macaron can't enter any room by himself, if not invited by the owner. Although the pair Sam, I don't know if these people are vampires, but their bars don't welcome white people. So he turned down uninvited guests. This is outside the door. However, Macaron remix is not easy to give up. That leads the couple to eat. Less waiting outside the bar. The twins quickly forgot about this. They made a lot of money tonight. All the crazy people, they use wood money to spend it. Continue like this for less than 2 months. Your savings will run out. Mary heard the situation. He's willing to go find 3 white people to talk to. Can you make more money or something? Because the twins' bar just sold island beer. Just sold Italian wine. You could say it's taken away business from both sides. Until those people realize, we'll definitely come to cause trouble. Don't say it's white or black. Twins will need every penny they can earn. The final stack was persuaded by Mary. Okay, let me talk to those 3 white people. But for safety, stack, give Mary the gun to defend herself. What good would it be to talk to a vampire? Mary quickly discovered there was something wrong with the remix. Hurry up and pull out the gun in front of a vampire. People are really weak. On the Kia side, Sammy threw the show tonight, more determined to pursue the dream of music. After knowing the smoke suggested you come Fly Hill. To try it out, it's one of those autonomous cities. The first black man in America. Everything is owned by black people. It's actually twins. I also went to Emma Bio a few years ago. But their father had a bad reputation there. As a result, the market does not welcome 2 people. You go live with nice black people. Leave the dirty games to your friends. Sammy didn't want to go to Malibu. You'd rather go to Chicago. In short, no one recognized Mary's abnormality. Brad easily lets her back into the bar. Then he waited for his husband to help him, to run out to solve the sadness. Marie gives gold coins of remix to Stack. And want to be close to you. You've robbed trains and banks, but I don't dare to pinch my cat. In one night, Stack can't resist the provocation. Follow Marie into the warehouse. At this point, Smoke met a crook. Dare to hurt your customers with a razor. So I personally lead the scammer. A game later, tell Sammy to find the stack. Unlucky Sammy just opened the warehouse door and saw scene 18. You forbid children. You're embarrassed to go to your cousin. Smoke doesn't care. What woman is Stack having fun with? Without saying 2 words, push the door in. Mary is biting the stack. You quickly calm down, pulled 2 Paris guns into a sieve. Like the next moment, she stood up laughing. He said, "We're going to kill everyone tonight." And then run out of the bar. disappear in the night. Smoke doesn't care about this crazy bitch. Rush to close the neck of the stack is bleeding profusely. However, his brother slowly stopped breathing. Delta Slim. I had to kick the guests out of the bar first. Annie was the first to react. Those who were shot did not die. It's not human. They should immediately carry the body stack out. Let all guests stay in the house. But Smoke wouldn't throw the stack out. It's gotten so bad. I just want to go home and take care of my daughter. She urged her husband to get the car. I can't believe Chow just left. I just went to the bathroom and came back. All right, let me in. Slowly wait. Annie got, it's a matter of Brad being so polite. You have to ask permission for an hour before you enter, Brad said to do it. He didn't even walk into the bar. I don't know why he had to ask permission. Smoke realized that there was something wrong with him. Brad feels that way. No, just let me in. Even if SAO also paid today? Brett was shot very quickly and got up. Andy pulled Smoke into the house and closed the door. Now the warehouse door was locked, and there was a knock on the door. Stack back from the dead. He begged to smoke through the center of the door. Smoke does not allow the enemy to suffer. I'm going to find Annie for the keys. Next second, the stack broke through the door. Annie hurriedly threw the pickled garlic water at him. The skin of the cracked stack rose white smoke. He screamed in pain and ran out of the bar. Annie also confirmed it. Stack and the others have turned into vampires. Grace realized Joe was still outside. I want to go out quickly to find a husband. But Annie and the others, don't let Grace take risks. Such a smart Joe could definitely protect himself. More. We just have to wait until dawn to leave. This bar, the most important thing is to prepare more garlic, silver wood, and holy water. Annie heard some stories about vampires. The living were bitten and then moved. Chemical. What we can do for Stack is killing the body. It was his death. For the Stack soul to be freed from the curse. Sammy heard this in shame. Your father clearly warned you. Your voice will attract the devil. Of course, Smoke wouldn't blame Sammy. I have to find a remix tonight. Revenge for Stark. The police officer came to help the bar. Saw a bitten body behind the bar. Smoke and Sammy rushed to carry the body out. Throw it out before he wakes up. I can't believe it's not far away. The singing of the macaron. Royal Remix has turned everyone who left the bar to be my kind. These vampires are outside, dancing to the Irish music, waiting for the next step. Tonight I'm in a nervous BA. There are still vampires hiding among them, so everyone ate a clove of garlic to prove it. Women who hate the smell of garlic refuse to eat. Smoke doesn't say much. Directly holding a gun and threatening not to eat garlic, you have to eat bullets. Female CA doctor blindfolded swallow. Delta Slim in turn. He suddenly became very unusual, but there's no burn. Delta Slim explained that he drank too much beer, just a little high. There was a knock at the door. Turns out to be a guest we banished. Just went to the bathroom and came back. Unfortunately, it was not time for the smoke to open. He was combat torn to the ground. Chow came from the parking lot. Get your wife in the car and leave. I didn't care at all. Brad next to me is biting. Grace realized her husband had also turned into a macaron. The remix culprit quickly appeared. Tell everyone to surrender. The world has abandoned you. White people don't let you build a home. Not for you to unite your people. Why not join a vampire family? Together forever immortal. Remix can read the memories of each person who is transformed. That's why we long to see our kind again. And talent, Sammy's ability to wake sleeping souls. He is also a musician. He admires Sammy. But Smoke lost a brother. There's absolutely no way to get Sammy out. Remix impatient ask. How long do you think you can protect them? This place is not as safe as they think. Big wood workshop seller for them. He is the leader of the clan. Less than his own nephew. No matter how much money you have, no matter how many guns, if they want, they will steal it. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time. The start is also close. Told Smoke that the remix doesn't lie. He can see the memories of the Bird couple. Khan deliberately sold the lumber mill. Let the blacks gather in one place, then attack once. So avoiding or facing is death. Why not become a vampire and accept immortality? We will never be free. So far, this has been the right way. We'll be together forever. Smart remains rational, not mesmerized. But Grace couldn't let her daughter get killed. I don't want to hide like a turtle. Bite into Smart's hand and scream, "You son of a bitch." If you have the courage, come in. Now all the vampires have been invited. People just pick up weapons against them. A bloody massacre broke out. Grace was burned to ashes. While fighting, Annie realized just remixed injured. All those who have been transformed. We can all feel the pain. Just finished saying you were stacked. Smoke at the side as the female CA artist helped out of the remix. I went to see Annie. The woman before she died. Just leave a word. Told Smoke to kill her. Before she transforms. Vampires didn't expect Andy to be so determined. Immediately stopped the slaughter. Delta Slim called Smoke and woke up. Tell him to get Sammy out of here. And he's using himself to hold his feet. The rest of the vampires just saw poor Delta Slim ripped apart by countless macarons. On the Kia side, the remix stops Sammy preparing to run away. Smoke rushed to hold him. In times of danger, female CA artist picks up a wooden shackle stabbed in the back remix, but it didn't hit Tim. Vampires will not die. Last female CA doctor bitten and transformed. Smoke the chance to hit. The remix tells Sammy to quickly run towards the rising sun. Sammy jumps out the back door and runs east. However, the remix quickly caught up. Smoke wanted to save you, but was caught by the staff. While the two brothers are fighting fiercely, Remy dares a blow Sammy splashed into the lake. The enemy is about to bite. Unexpected in times of despair, Sammy suddenly began to recite prayers. The page taught. But Rambo's not afraid of these words. Long ago, wicked men took possession of my father's land. Force us to say these words. These guys just slept themselves. They just lied to us. They make up the legend of God. CA and the devil in hell. But God can't save you tonight. We are the earth. The devil is God. Just finished saying Sammy took the guitar banging. Stark said, "This guitar is the father of Delta Blues." Charlie Patton left. Stark won it at the poker table and gave it to Sammy as a kid. I can't believe I saved Sammy's life. The remix is completely pissed off. The Smoke finally knocked the stack down and then use a wooden stake to pierce Tim's remix. That moment, all the ghosts, dragons make a cry of pain. At that moment, the sun said, "They're completely in the dust by the dawn." Dying remix. Once again, feel the warmth of the sunlight. Then they turn into a fire and completely disappear. Even though the enemy in the darkness has vanished, the problem of clans has not been solved. Smoke takes Sammy and his broken guitar home. And Smoke charged at the clans with weapons. He used his own power almost to destroy all members of the clan. But he himself was also seriously injured. Finally, Smoke personally saw off the clan leader, leaving this world. While dreaming, Smoke sees Annie and her son waiting to be reunited. In this disaster, only Sammy survived. Loudboy walked into the church. "Your father saw it. Tell your son to throw away that guitar quickly, to start a new life." But Sammy asked himself, "You still can't give up the blues." Then Sammy came alone to Chicago. Chasing my childhood dreams? The information at the end of the movie says, the actor who played Sammy in old age. That's the artist, Bruce. Body guy legend. The movie also ends in the sound of his wonderful guitar. Above is the entire content of the film, Sinners. If you think it's good, remember to like and subscribe to channels to support movie fanatics. Thank you for your interest. Follow Hello. And see you later.